Here we have the Yaheetech portable basketball hoop system. It's great for kids, and this one is 5.2 to 7 feet adjustable height. You can see the net is a really good mesh net, and you do get 2 of them. This is the end product. In a moment, I'm going to go through the complete construction in it. You can also see when you go through and shoot, it does a very good job at holding the rim in place. And even when you kind of throw it nice and hard, it'll go through and go in. It's great for kids. You want to make sure you have it the right way. At first, we didn't have it spun the right way at the end, but we did go through and correct that. So once you have it corrected, it will be this way where the plastic is facing backwards on the bottom, and then the front is there. And I take a couple hard shots just to give you an idea of how it works. I definitely want to thank Yaheetech for going through and sending this product for free so we can do this honest review. I definitely appreciate it. With that said, let's go through and show you the complete install.
Okay, first I'm going to remove all the pieces. Step number 1, we want the base, the 2 red wheels, the number 7 bar, and then the number 8 bar, which you can tell which is number 8 because it goes in a little bit smaller at the end and a little bit wider through the rest of the rod. So on the base of it, down here, we're going to use this rod to put through the wheels on each side. And then we need this bar in the middle. Okay, so the wider end of the bar is going to be what goes straight in the middle of here. We're going to take our small bar, which is number 7. You're going to put it through the wheel on the one side, and then through the open hole that's here. Then I'm going to insert this bar here. I'm going to make sure I turn this bar so that the holes are facing number 7 bar as I put it through. So that way I can go through the hole right here. Keep going straight through with that. But I'm going to put this back down so I can get my next wheel ready. And push it through the next wheel. Perfect. Now we're all the way through. I'm just going to try to center this bar a little bit on each side. On the second page, we're going to need these 2 bars, which are number 9. And we need B. So these were A, this one is B. This is going to be the biggest one of all these different nuts and bolts. I'm going to take off the end off B by unscrewing it. And I'm going to take one of these washers off. I'm going to take my number 9 bar, and it's going to be going from the center of this one down to, again, the center of this one, down to where the open spot is over here. So when you're looking at this bar, one side is going to be a little more curved in the end, and the other side's a little bit more straight at the end. The side that is more curved is going to be the part that's on top connecting onto the bar here. The other side is going to go down to the hole here. So from here to here, you want the more curved section of this bar up top and the straighter section down here. And I'm going to make sure I leave a little bit of give so that way I have room to connect the other bolts down on the bottom when I get to that section later. Page 3 for directions, we need 2 of letter E. And then the E's are going to be used to connect these down here. You want to use the hole where you'll see there's 2 holes here, 1, 2, but you're going to use the bottom of those 2 holes. So we're going to take E apart and take the end off of it. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now we're on to step 4. Number 10, one of these. And an A and C. C again at this point should be a Lone Ranger. There's only one of them that is looking just like this. Okay, number 10 looks like it is identical on the top and the bottom, but there is a warning label on there, so I'm going to place it in so that the warning label reads in the proper upright position. But you are going to make sure that this part that pokes out of this bar is facing forward towards this big plastic part. We will be taking our number 3 rim as well as our number 4 net. So the blue part is going to be the bottom of the net. The white part is going to be the top of the net. You can tell that the white part is a little bit wider, so that is again what you want on top. You're going to take one of these white hoops, and there is an area right on these rims to hook it right through. So I'm just going to kind of push that fabric through with my finger. So I pulled it straight out. Now I'm going to go back through here. Here it is again. And then I'm going to push it through one last time. So I got my hoop here, and then pull it tight. Okay, so once you're complete, there should be one piece of net on each and every ring on this hook and none left over. So you have that part done. They give you a spare net for when this one gets worn down. Now we need number 2, the big white board, backboard. Number 6, the post with the square, and letter D, number 4. So there's only 4 of these bolts left. This is letter D, number 4. I'm going to take number 6. Make sure we have our flat square part on top and facing towards the rest of your big plastic board. Now this is where we're going to adjust how high you want your basketball hoop to be. So on the low end, you could be down here, but on the high end, you can go all the way up there. So I'm sure we're going to start with it low as we put it together. So I want to take my basketball rim. I'm going to start with one of letter D, but we will be repeating this 4 times. Again, take off the bolt at the end. Take off one of the washers. We need the rim on top, the net on the bottom. So we're going to take the backboard and the net. The backboard is going to go up against this square. So I'm going to stick one screw through that first to give me something to grip onto. And we're going to place this one through the screw as well. Can you hold that? Okay, then you would put your washer on. And then you're going to screw the nut on the end back on. We're going to do it enough to hold it there, but we're not going to screw it in all the way. It's usual. You want to leave a little slack so they all fit at the end. Last step, number 7. So we need pieces A and F. F we're going to separate here. So that becomes 2 separate pieces. We're going to set the height that we desire to have. You want the max height, okay? So it's going to be right there. And we'll point out there's holes here, 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 and we're going to put it on the max height hole right here. Make sure we line up the holes through the poles so that we can get all the way through. Then we'll connect to the other side of this one back on. Then we're going to take letter A and screw that in front to lock it into place. So the very last step on number 7 is to open up this front part right here. And we're going to fill this with water now. And then it'll be weighted down in place so that way it won't be wobbly like this. So now I have my hose ready. Let's fill it up. So although I am filling this up all the way today, I do want to make note that if you choose to use water inside of this when it is going to be winter time, if you have this outside, water does expand when it freezes and you don't want to have cracking in this base. So I'd recommend before winter starts or before it gets cold, you empty some of the water out so there is room for it to expand. You can also use sand in replace of water if that's what you choose to do. Water was most convenient for us at this time because we already had it handy and we're just about all the way full. I'm going to replace the cap. And you have this lovely area left behind here that you can put a basketball in, and it's indented to kind of hold the basketball there in place. So that's up to you whether you want to keep it outside with the hoop or bring it back in with you.
And now that you did all that, can she make her first shot? Got back up over there though.
Nope.
Try a little hard at the backboard just to show.
All right.
Nice. Sorry.
All right, I hope this was helpful. Thanks.
Hey everyone, before we wrap up, I just want to let you know if you're interested in purchasing the product I reviewed today, there's a link in the description box below. Just to be completely transparent with you all, I do earn a small commission from any purchases made through the link, but it doesn't cost you any extra. But using my link will go through and support my work, and I generally appreciate that. Your support helps me continue to create more content and provide honest reviews for you. If you'd like to see more product reviews, feel free to visit my Amazon storefront below. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope my tutorials continue to be helpful to you.